Two Pepper Cinema Club back here with our review of Jennifer Lawrence's vehicle, Red Sparrow, the spy thriller. What do we think about it? We'll get to that later. First, what will we think about it while on Pain 100? We're going to be eating Pain 100 today on some chips because I know you guys like ASMR. And we're going to see what we think about the film Red Sparrow.
We'll be sure to crunch really loud just for you guys.
All right, so let's dig in, boys. Yep. I have had this sauce before, and I know it sucks. Mm-hmm. But it's not as bad as the bomb. I think that last week was the worst.
Yeah.
This one is just like mouth. The bomb's like throat.
Right. Yeah.
Anyways, Red Sparrow, what did you think about the film? Did you have anything going into it? Were you excited to see it?
I wasn't necessarily excited for it. It looked like a different thriller, and that is what we got. It is a very different spy thriller. Don't go in expecting to see like Atomic Blonde or a James Bond movie. It's not that whatsoever. So I praise it actually for being different. It's definitely not a casual moviegoer's movie, I'd say. Like, audiences will probably be turned off by what they see. But overall, it worked for me. There was a lot of stuff I found a little bit pretentious by Francis Lawrence. Like, I thought, like, some of the twists he kind of threw were just coming out of nowhere and him trying to explain it at the end. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was better than a lot of the other mainstream stuff we get. But we still deserve better, though, I feel like, in the mainstream cinema.
Yeah, I don't... I mean, I guess. Yeah. I think it like you said, it has that, like, balance where it's, like, it's a better movie than most movies you get at the mainstream cinema.
Right.
But there was, like, people in my audience that clearly were there for something else. This guy was getting up, like, 20 times. I'm like, What are you getting up for? Like, like, there's a giant screen in front of you. What do you need to keep getting up for?
Right.
Like, he, like, kept going to the concessions and getting, like, a straw, a fucking napkin, like... Just get it all at once.
It's a weird movie to eat too, I feel like, also. There was a guy just chewing on M&Ms and popcorn right next to him. Like, really? You have an appetite with this, man?
A lot of people are saying that it's very disturbing. I think there are some scenes, but it's nothing that I haven't seen
before. Exactly. I think, like Mother last year, actually, Jennifer Lawrence is choosing interesting projects, but these aren't movies meant for the mainstream audiences, but because she has such an A-list stardom to her name, she's getting the wrong people to go into those theaters. Mm-hmm. Like Mother, we talked about it, where I feel like it should have had a small release in like big theaters. Like it should have played in LA, New York, Chicago, but play in small amount of theaters. That way, people who actually really wanted to see it would have gone to go see it. It shouldn't have been a mainstream like every theater showing. I feel like.
Mm-hmm. With this one, I'm glad that it was showing in like every theater. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people will enjoy it. I think some people will be like kind of turned off by it. But I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it. It's definitely not your average like typical action movie. It's not even really action that much. It's more intrigue.
Yeah.
Which I really enjoyed. I thought the acting was I don't know if it was exactly top notch, but it was pretty close. Like I think Joel Edgerton does a great job. I thought Matthias Schoenaerts did a great job like with the villain kind of role. I know he's always like typecast as a villain in like American movies, but he is like the classic French like good guy, which is funny. He did a great job in Rest and Bone, and I thought he brought an interesting aspect to the villain in this film. And he also has like he just has a great look to him.
Yeah.
He's not Russian, but he has like a good look to him, you know?
He's got menacing eyes behind there, yeah.
Yeah, like these veins, I think that's not real, right? The little like veins that were under his eyes, those didn't seem real, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember those in Rest and Bone, but
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember those, but those didn't seem real. I think Jennifer Lawrence, we can say like, oh, okay, her accent, like in the trailer, you're like, oh my god, this is not going to be good. There was only a couple of times in the film where her accent wasn't there, or like wasn't top notch.
It was only when she was talking in a lighter tone, like kind of whispering, where I was like, oh, she's kind of just sounds like Jennifer Lawrence right there. Mm-hmm. But, you know, in all her main dialogue moments, though, she's very believable. Like, you know, it worked. Yeah. I thought the cinematography in this was pretty good, too. I mean, I haven't seen the Hunger Games movies, but from the trailers, they didn't look like they were anything special. Nothing against the Hunger Games. I just didn't have interest in seeing them, but... Like, I
saw some of them. The cinematography is actually pretty good and kind of reminiscent. I don't know if it's the same DP in this film, but The cinematography is not that bad in the Hunger Games movies.
Gotcha.
It's the visual effects. That's bad.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of the production design's bad.
Yeah. But especially with the ballet scenes, though, I thought were just like fantastic looking. I thought.
Oh yeah.
Even though it's just brief moments, but I was just like, wow, this is great to see.
Was the stunt double obvious though?
I didn't notice.
She was much shorter.
Oh,
I thought she was like much shorter than Jennifer Lawrence because I like look for stuff like that. I'm like, oh, okay, they're just filming from the back. Like I thought she was like significantly shorter and was cracking me up, but I didn't think it was too bad.
Yeah,
like most people wouldn't notice it, but I was like specifically looking for it at that moment. Like she wasn't in Black Swan. Right. She doesn't know about it. But yeah, like I think that if you're gonna go, like especially right now. We were talking about like going forward, what kind of movies do we want to see? There were movies that we dreaded going to see,
right? And
that we felt like we had to, and it just didn't. We didn't feel like we got anything from it.
Yeah,
I'll just say 12 Strong is definitely one of them. Besides,
looking at you, 12 Strong.
Besides the whole video, like just the film itself, like before we even filmed it, like it wasn't gonna. Like we already knew that it wasn't going to be fun doing it. So we're like, okay, what should we do? Should we focus on indie movies? Should we focus on, like maybe a different genre or whatever? And like this was one where you're like, you said to me, if Red Sparrow didn't come out right now, we're going to have to see Death Wish. Yeah. And I was just like, yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to see that.
Because we knew what we would have said with Death Wish. We haven't seen it, but I already would have known, like, what a pointless remake. I'm not a fan of Bruce Willis. Like, Gore by Eli Roth was a little fun, but just over the top and unnecessary. That's probably what I would have said.
I think the only thing I would have wanted, I would have only really gone for Eli Roth, which he's very hit and miss.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm just not interested in what I've heard of remaking Death Wish and the way they changed it.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, well, it took everything that was interesting about Death Wish out of it, and then I'm like, okay, this is just a Taken movie.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll check it out sometime, but I'm just not rushing out to go see it.
Right.
So we're kind of taking a different way. I'm glad we saw Red Sparrow.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I think going forward, we might pick more films, even if they are like less known. I think we might go pick films that maybe we want to see more. If there's something out there where it's a weekend where there's only a Death Wish or a game night, where we're just like, not really interested in reviewing this. I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Yeah.
But I'm not interested in even talking about it.
Right, yeah.
It's like kind of a turn off my brain and watch this moment. So, I mean, I'm glad that we saw this movie. I think this is definitely better than most of the stuff that's out there right now. I don't think it's like an amazing film. I think it is a little long, and like between the second and third act, you kind of don't really know where it's going. And then that final payoff doesn't really pay off because you don't see it coming at all.
Yeah.
Like and sometimes that works, but this one was like kind of unrealistically.
Yeah. And then them showing all the flashbacks, I was like, oh god. Like,
when they have to nail it back with all the flashbacks to really explain it, it kind of loses that gravitas.
It works for the Saw movies because it's cheesy and you're not taking it seriously. But when you're like actually invested in this movie, you're just like, oh, what a Saw ending you're giving us. So closing thoughts for me, I thought this was like a good film to go check out. It's very different. Like it's cool to get rated R adult movies like for wide release audiences. So go check it out in that right, but just know what you're going into. It's probably not going to be for everyone, but if you're like really into just like if you're into David Fincher movies, I'd say go check these out, or just like a really intense spy thrillers. It's been a while since we've gotten one this crazy, I feel like. Yeah, what are your thoughts?
I think definitely. I think that this is better. Like I said earlier, it's better than most of the stuff you get out there. I think you should definitely go. If you're interested in a spy thriller, I think it's not the worst spy thriller ever made. It's not the best spy thriller ever made. Yeah. I think it's very enjoyable. I think there are moments in it where Jennifer Lawrence really shows off what she can provide acting wise, and Joel Edgerton I think does a great job.
Yeah.
Like I think they really had chemistry, and there's some really like gruesome moments that I did enjoy in it.
Yeah. And that is a perfect segue into Pain 100. It was just honestly Pain. There's not really any flavor to it. But
I think there's flavor.
Yeah. I was able to keep having it. It's like not bad tasting, but I wasn't necessarily a fan of the taste though. Yeah.
I like the sriracha sauce more.
Yeah.
I like Pain 100 does the sriracha sauce.
Oh, right on.
I think they do. Maybe it's someone else.
Yeah.
But I would say Pain 100 It's good. It's a lot of like spice right on the tip of your tongue. Like it's a lot of heat right there. I don't think it doesn't hurt it doesn't hurt my throat really.
Yeah.
As I say that, it freaking like goes down into my
more
throat.
Just burned my tongue, I felt like, but
yeah.
It actually tastes really good though with chips and salsa. Like it actually went hand in hand with it. So,
yeah. I mean, it is a hot sauce, it's not a salsa. We should do a hot salsa.
Yeah.
At some point in time. Just thought because we were always rolling with chips.
Right.
But yeah, I'm definitely like I enjoy it, but I'm probably not gonna repurchase the bottle after I run out. Essentially,
yeah.
I think that's like, am I gonna keep this stocked in my fridge? No.
Yeah.
Going on the same kind of thing, we're doing another Joel Edgerton movie next week. We're gonna be reviewing Gringo. This is available everywhere, so definitely go check that out before our review next Tuesday. I'm looking forward to this one. I loved Nash Edgerton's Spider. It's a short film. It was available on Netflix for quite a while. It's only like 11 minutes. I think you can go check it out on YouTube. I definitely recommend checking out Spider. But next week, tune in for our review of Gringo.